Good morning, PumpTown. Hope you're all doing very good today. Today was a lot better than yesterday. That's for sure. Blech. Just looking at that makes me cringe. So we had a scenario where the profile I was anticipating was entirely incorrect and a day later. So when we hit this new week opening gap here, I was considering these to be higher lows in the sets. So I was hunting that other higher low, ignoring and, aiming for here, kind of ignoring order flow was bearish because I was looking at some point for a bearish PD array to get railroaded and it just never materialized. So this is why we control our risk. This is why we control ourselves, is because there is no certainty. There's no guarantees that what we're seeing is going to materialize, but we take our shot and accept our fate. Now, today was a little awkward because we didn't see that traditional dip. This was a type 2 delayed protraction here. So, where a type 1 is, and of course, one's bearish and one's bullish. So, you're just going to have to flip it, but you've got your open, your protraction here, your high, your low, and your close. So, that's your protraction, bearish or type 1. And then the delayed protraction or type 2 is where you open. You don't really make a Judas swing down here. You just trade up, and then that's your delayed protraction, or in other words, retracement. And that would be the higher low in the set. So when we have an accumulation range like this, typically we're looking to trade back down into here. I don't think we're going to come back down in here today. Doesn't mean we can't do it. We'll know in not too long if that's going to be a thing. If we start losing PD arrays, likely going to be a big fat short, but I'm not looking for massive overall bearishness. Like when I was had my bearish bias at the beginning of the week or the month or whatever it was, um, and we were aiming for sell side liquidity. I think it was this double bottom here and that guy. Um, the targets for the week off that was a daily bearish money printer. Come on, you bugger. You're right here. And we just about made it. Made it within like 50 bucks, 70 bucks or something like that. So not too bad. But notice how we came and took that low here, but left our target alone. Happens all the time and all too often, and this is why we front run our exits even in the smaller time frames. Because there's just no 100% certainties in anything. So I don't know. Oh man. Um, so we took that previous week's swing low and took the liquidity and just started blasting. It was great. Very perfect. Just confirming everything that we learn is on point. Dips into a pool of liquidity, higher time frame, and then makes the model and just takes off. Hello. Yeah, equal lows are very inviting for sure, but the thing is so when you've got what looks like violent selling pressure, this will get retail really, 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 really convicted about their analysis and what they think the market is likely going to do next. These big sell side delivery candles, So they're hooked on selling pressure. They're hooked on it going down. Nothing and nobody is going to convince them. Not even losing trades because they're going to keep shorting. Every time it goes up, they're going to keep shorting. If you've been there, then you have a relationship for this and you know exactly what I'm talking about. If not, that's basically what emotional windfall traders with no skill or experience do. They just get convicted and then they just keep hitting the button with no strategy. So, with that logic in mind, now I am going to take this red line here to that pool there because that's what the algorithm wanted. And that was explained yesterday when we started breaking back down through the halfway point of the new week opening gap after finding such immaculate sensitivity. The key here was 10, excuse me, you're going to catch coughs, and I'm really sorry in advance for any more. Um, Price action hitting that and seeing such immaculate sensitivity. And then the key was at 10:15 a.m. candle. Look at how it's blasting back on through our order block. We do not want to see that. This typically would launch price right to where we'd want to see it. There. Okay. It showed a willingness to trade down. It didn't want to, especially here. And then it makes, relative equal lows here. In the smaller time frames, it's the same. And then sweeps them violently and aggressively here. So the thing is like the ticket was really 10:15, 10:30. If your order flow doesn't remain intact, just dust your hands off and walk away. This isn't too common where it would actually want to run down after a PD array is broken. The profile would look a little bit better bearishly. It's sure you had a shift in structure, retracement, money printer, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, the one setup of life was beautiful if you were bearish, but I was giving it its opportunity because of the new week opening gap here. Now, when it becomes obvious at some point that it's not going to want to run up anymore. See, the algorithm has a mission. It's programmed to go somewhere very specific. So once your higher time frame discount array has been repriced to and order flow doesn't remain intact, it's not done its job. It's after something very, very specific. And this is where everybody's putting their stop losses. This is how aim for equal lows. And I mean, you could pick that one and that one, right? Didn't have to be that one, but you see this all the time where it'll just boop that low there because that's just where the algorithm repriced to because that's where the market, once the market makers get their fills, they're buying these sell stops, covering their short, you're going to make your model. Okay. And then order flow is going to reverse. So we did that here. And this is why I was not anticipating any more downside. Okay. Until it became obvious. That there is the discount 786. That should have held. It didn't. Look at how it's just being a nasty finger pricker. Excuse me one second. So it had somewhere specific to go, you guys. Very specific. And I mean, that's not random. Like, that's where everybody's got their stops. That's the bull flag. That's a swing low. The cheeky guys, that's a swing low. And it was, does it not look like it was after them specifically? Yes. Does that look like selling pressure? Or does that look like a kamikaze terrorist running towards a group of people? Yeah. Big difference in mind switch there. That's not a bunch of people selling off. It's going and running full force for an attack. And once it's done its job, well, let's investigate. So we've got this candle here, and that swing low held yesterday. That was so funny. And it came in. This is a perfect example of how much of a prick it could be and come within one tick of that low. And that swing low still remain intact. Now, think about this. It's 12:45, right? We're looking for a 2 to 3 p.m. liquidity run. It came down here at 12:30, 12:45, and look at it chop out for an hour and a half, and then finally at 2 p.m. gets its butt moving. Almost seems like there's something going on, and time-based charts are pretty sweet, huh? So you've got this close above a down close candle. Great. This is what we were looking for yesterday. I just got so bored of waiting for it, and it could have happened. A lot of the times it doesn't. It decided to grand finale at the end of the day. Great. But this is kind of why I wasn't looking for any more downside yesterday, because the algorithm had already repriced to a higher, like a weekly swing low. Like that's pretty huge. And if you want a visual reference for that now, like once you take this pool of liquidity here, that one right there, see it? Look at that swing low right there. And then it took the liquidity and so just like this higher time frame weekly gap was repriced to, but it broke again. So it's like, hey, it's not going up. Now you're not getting upset that maybe your Matilda walked on you. You're going, okay, this thing has something else to do. Remember, it's not random. Keep this in the back of your mind at all times, all year. It's not random. It's going somewhere specific. And there's a signature that the candlesticks do that tell you it's going to reverse with a high probability if you blend time. So this guy was just, it had another mission. So it did its job. I was able to recoup a loss and be content there. And good thing I was, buddies, because man, that was ugly. And then because of this garbly, I was not, because look, once you take a pool of liquidity in the higher time frame, you're typically going to violently reverse or violently crash through it. Typically, if you're really, really stagnant, you got to sit it out and just let it show its hand to you. Because, man, realistically, when I see this happen, it's an instant reaction. It's violence immediately in the other direction, no questions asked, and you don't have to second guess nothing. So, like for example, if we were to wipe, because the algorithms, because it's New York lunchtime, the algorithm is in a holding pattern. Okay, so kind of like how the weekends could be the handle to Bitcoin's cup, right? But that handle ain't going to blast off until the week starts. But you can clearly see that that cup and handle is going to flip out of control, right? So all weekend, it's buying time. It's just distortion. It's time distortion. And it's in a holding pattern. It's generating sentiment, right? So it generates this bear flag selling pressure stuff, and then wham. And this is why mainly I was not looking for any more downside yesterday. And it could have. It definitely very well could have, but I wasn't looking for it. So once that happened here, started trading up, closed below that up close candle, but immediately seen violence at 3 p.m. right off this order block here. And our bullish this is coupled with a bullish mitigation block as well. So we've got actually two PD arrays here, which are very good. And so yesterday I was just looking for the gap to get repriced to, and then gauge what happens after. I had no idea because it could have hit this fair value gap and kept dumping right there. So it could have kept dumping, but we'll give it the benefit of the doubt and we'll just work with the order flow presented. And I mean, when it digs deep, you can use this candle too, because it's really both consecutive candles, and then you can use the midway point. So I'll show you that now. If you've got two consecutive candles, you use them both and find the midway point. Now you can mohawk and wick down there, that's fine. But you don't want to close a candle below half, or it shows you in real time what the RSI is showing you in delayed data. Because the RSI is 12 candles back in any given time frame you're in. This is showing you in real time that it's got relative strength. So I would consider this buying pressure because you're buying sell stops in here, but the algorithm is now trading positions down here with a bunch of losers. Okay. All the losers who are hooked on selling pressure and don't notice the most stupidest high probability obvious bull flag that ever came into existence of mankind. That bull flag right there, which is a trend continuation, higher high, lower high, higher high, lower high, higher high, lower high, discount, right? And then so we've hit this order block. And so just like the weekly discount pool of liquidity was repriced to and made our order block, this PD array here is, you could consider a sensitive level, like a new week opening gap, like any other premium or discount higher time frame array. When you're looking for price to want to continue, you're just looking for your model at your sensitive level. Okay. Now, this is the lesson for today because we're going to get into it today about continuations. And it's a little bit tricky at first, but mainly you just want to see that your order flow remains intact. Okay, so although we could have dug into this fair value gap this morning and I was inviting it, I had a bullish bias today and I wanted to see a dig first. And this is what plagues me every single day. Is it bullish or is this a bearish number one? Is it a bullish number two or a bearish number one profile? So annoying. Because when you're bullish, you want to see a dip first, but it's already done its job the day before. So this is why I was considering this exact logic. I'm not changing anything, no matter if I'm offside or not. Because remember, there's no wrong. You're just offside. You're still right. The algorithm's still doing exactly what it's designed to do. It's not doing anything different. It's just doing it upside down. So were you wrong? No, you're just offside. So like higher lows in the trend, time distortion, beautiful. Asia in through London and right to New York. Gorgeous, gorgeous Nothingville. And so order flow to the upside, liquidity sweep here. And then so these are the only levels I had on my charts, I believe. Yes. Well, that one I just put up here, but that's literally what I'd be aiming for with this model here. So I'd pick the lowest out of the two just in case it binks that one here and doesn't take that one, then turns around. It's just like you front run your exits just a little bit. But so continuation models, okay, at your sensitive levels. If you were paying attention, this was easy for you. If you're new here, this is the lesson. And when I'm pointing to specific levels for you guys, notice how price comes down to this guy here. Look at the, thanks, babe. Look at the immaculate sensitivity off that fair value gap there. Did I have this one marked off? No, I did not. I did not have that one marked off. Just this one. Okay. This guy here trades up, right back up and closes here. Open, low. Where does this one trade down to? Rejection block here. Oops. Bang. Filling in our fair value gap with buy side and sell side liquidity. Very, very immaculate strength here. Order flow. And there's Matilda. There's your continuation Matilda in the trend. And this is what I was looking for today. Boom. This guy here. Oh yeah, I'll get into that. But yes, so this is it. And I believe that this was that new day opening gap or Christmas gap, right? No, that was event horizon. So event horizon is where you've got a few volume imbalances all jumbled together, and you take the lowest low and the highest high of them, and that is your event horizon. That's a new week opening gap here in concert. No, that's not with that. Okay. Another new week opening gap right here. This is on the table today. A lot of wickage. This, besides this new week opening gap here, that would like some buy side delivery in here. You can see how there was buy and sell side in here, but no closure. You see that single pass down? That's balanced. That's balanced with sell side delivery. We need one back up to balance the inefficiency. One single clean pass back up. So like how these gaps here slam, right? So that's why we need this guy here, one single clean snap back up. This one could be next week because now we have an order block with the swing low. Woo! Bullish bias from here on out. We are bullish right till April. I don't care what the commitment of traders report says, man. That thing is in it. Redacted F words. So back to the, oh, is that, yeah, that is the, wait a minute. It's making dang sure. Friday, Monday. Okay, good. There was that Christmas gap though. Where's that guy at? New Year's gap? Yeah, that one. Okay, we blasted through it. So anyways, it just started blasting. And let's draw out our fair value gaps here. I know it's getting a little bit messy, but that's okay. Okay, so this fair value gap, consequent encroachment, reprice to, swing low, created, and take the highest high of the three. Aim for that guy there. What else do we have here? Some more down close candles. We'll use that. Ooh, we could even use that right there. Good enough. So that's a mitigation block that would make this fair value gap a unicorn. And this is where you're telling yourself, oh my goodness, we can't possibly go any higher. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Real fast too. Faster than that, actually. NASDAQ is pretty ruthless. It can drop like, there's this rule with prop firms and brokers. It's like a 5% rule that if this asset moves more than 5%, like they don't want to pay you. They'll pretty much null and void your trades. But it's pretty nasty, and it doesn't happen all the time. But with Trump's return and it being the third already, there, yeah, it's things could get a little weird here, which is great. We need weird. You know, that accumulation range to the bottom left there. When that happens during the week, that's where we all die. Like some of us handle it a little better, but just like me losing trades yesterday, being too excited to get this. I wanted this so bad yesterday, you guys. This is the profile I thought was going on yesterday. I wanted it so bad that I was like, yeah, I'll just try again. Yeah, I'll just okay. I'm at max loss now. It's time to quit until my thing shows up. And I used the 15 minute to recover the loss. Ain't that a beauty? That you can have so much trust in your model that when it finally shows up in the 15 minute, you're like, oh, I can get my loss back easily. Easily. Even if it didn't rip, which it didn't, you could still get something. But you got to trust that puppy. I'm gonna have to zoom in here. That is technically a close above. Now look at this skimpy compression candle here. This guy compared to this one or this one. It's like thin ice, right? And it's lunchtime, so it's you permit it to be kind of a lame-o. But that is technically a close above. We did get a deep dig deep there. I see a gray pool inside of a unicorn fair value gap. It looks like this thing is gonna flip out of control, to be honest with you. Gap on the regular trading hours. It just dabbed in. I've rarely seen this happen before where it doesn't come in for half the gap before launching. It could be due to this balanced range, but I'm not 100%. I'm just guessing at that point. But it would be interesting to see. That's a mitigation block there. It's would be interesting to forward test this. Oh my goodness, look at that. Would you look at that? Oh yeah. We're going up, guys. It goes up now. And I kind of suspected this, and I really wanted to see NASDAQ crash. And I know ICT was saying he was looking for a big violent crash or something. I'm not buying it. I'm not listening to that guy. He bugs me out when he's like, because you never know if he's trolling somebody or if he's being, you can kind of tell when he's being serious because he's got like this teaching, no screwing around kind of approach. Time is it 1? It's out of this, whatever this I measured is. We use them all the same. Hmm. Oh yeah, it's event horizon. Man, if it wasn't for this double top up here, I mean, it did take it. But if it wasn't for this now triple top up here, you guys, I'd be like, yo, let's short right there. Boom, boom. So this is wild, eh? Tough call. So what do we got? This hour candle just started. And you start putting labels on these fibs. That guy. An implied fair value gap is where the wicks overlap each other and they don't gap. Typically, you see some violence come out of that puppy. Would like this to be my breakaway gap. If it's really strong, I don't want price action coming back in there. We've hit the first target. Second target is right there. So after you have a fair value gap that has another fair value gap after it, and it hasn't been repriced to, and it's underneath a PD array, and it doesn't get repriced to at all, that's your breakaway gap. And your next fair value gap's the measuring gap. So you take the body and then you measure to the next fair value gap. This one just happened to be the next candle. Sometimes it's this one and you got even wider targets. So I'm just going to take the low hanging fruit objective here if it wants to continue. I'm just going to trust that order flows bullish. And now that I've taken a trade, I'm going to go for a walk and not Care Bear stare. Just let it do its job. And I'll be right back. Hey, look, I went away and it's up and not every fluctuation bothered me. Crazy, right? So just like when you're hunting for an entry and you're letting the 15-minute candle just do its thing, it's the same thing here. It doesn't matter what happens between now and this candle closure. Whatever happens between now and then is absolutely irrelevant. So what would we be looking for? Well, we want order flow to continue. And there's our buy side liquidity targets. That's the trust me bro resistance. And then we would want to close above down close candles. So between now and then, whatever happens, doesn't matter. Don't let the 1 minute bug you out, Lydia. Doesn't matter. Hello, hello. Saw me joining us? Yeah, he's awesome. He's got some like SMC abilities, but he's not fully submerged. Man, that guy could be insane. The equalos were calling to me. I know, me too. If I would was retail, I think it was going for equal lows now. Damn, no, they don't. They use that as support. That's support to them. Trust me, bro. We need a name for the 10:15 a.m. poof time. Yeah, totally. I agree with you. We'll do it in the memory of ICT too, because like he loves his military references and his little analogies. Um, we'll think of something, but I so far I like poof time. When's right in my house? No problem. More Matilda ongoing. What's up? Where's Tracy? I haven't seen Tracy in weeks. Both of you girls were so convicted on doing so good. And I see a lot of you, but not a lot of her. That's a sus Tilly. Hey man, Tillies are Tillies. Yeah, don't ever do that. Yeah. What's up, Captain Edge? I'm purely on the 15-minute chart. I don't even look at other time frames. Nice. Nice. So 2 minutes and 20 seconds. This is where things can get interesting. We've got a lot going on here.
Look at come bring his ass. He brought his ass. He didn't come get no tail. He didn't come get no tail. He's that for tail. Come on, get a tail. Come get a tail with your paw. Okay?
Who's that guy? Oh, that was an annotation for the presentation, man. And this guy from this morning, just deadly. 15-minute time frame, you guys. So cool. Or just noticed you got in. Last lap, bro. What about him? It has to hit take profit. It should be before the last 2 minutes. Oh, we got a couple of hours here, buddy. It's funny to me that I've gotten to the point that I'm a little bummed it's the weekend because I don't get to watch the chart, learn, and build up my skill set. Go to Bitcoin chart 1 minute and use your, and if you have sub 1 minute, go 30 second. Okay. Use the 15-minute as your higher time frame and then go 1 minute. And if you got it, sub 1 minute. You, the frequency of setups and insight that you get is insane. That is such a weak close above where I wanted to see it, but it did close above this one really nicely, so I'll take it. Now, the reason why I have a deep stop is because it's PM session, and at 1:30, this thing could decide to dump. So once we get into this, if and once we get into this pool liquidity up here, I will consider either collapsing the trade if it doesn't want to immediately start spooling, or I'll move my stop up to a point in where I'll claim my line in the sand. Bitcoin's going to be reaching. I one shot my first week of the year, one shot, one kill, caught the weekly bottom, holding till weekly candle close. Freaking phenomenal. 51 more weeks left. Pretty proud of myself. The one, yeah, thank you. Thank you. Freaking November, October, November was such a freak. Oh man, I could have retired off that one. It's so dope because when you're pinpointing your exact entries in a smaller time frame and you're playing the weekly candlestick, the R multiple is pukable. Holy shnikey, you guys. But if you're in a 4 hour time frame or like a 2 hour, you got to use a wider stop so your R multiple kind of. But if you can pinpoint that entry, great, great time. Yeah, thanks, Fit. November followed some rules that I still can't get around. Full confidence went downhill. Yeah, the charts do that to you, man. They see you relate every single move that you do to success and failure. You're trying to measure it. You're trying to measure what you're doing to some sort of success and failure, and that's not even realistic. There's no when you're learning something, there's no measuring of where you are on the success and failure spectrum. You haven't even gotten colors yet to be on the spectrum. You know what I'm saying? But once you start seeing and understanding and you're like, oh my gosh, this is it. And you have the epiphanies, then you can start measuring. But for now, man, don't let it discourage you because look, the reality is the markets aren't favorable all the time. That's the reality. You want to be a day trader. The markets aren't favorable every day. They're not favorable all the time. So the rules that you're looking for engagement when they're not materializing, you don't engage. Or if it's really gross, you don't engage. It is really that simple, bro. So you just you learn when the markets are horrible and it's beating you up, you'll think, oh, I'm a failure. The markets just weren't in your favor, dude. It's not you failing. That's you putting up your risk, take accepting your fate, and understanding that your plan, just like my plan never changes. No matter what the if I'm bullish or bearish, whatever, the plan doesn't change, right? So once all conditions are met, then you engage in whatever. Whatever happens, happens. And you just be risk appropriate and you don't care. Um, and that's the game changing step for every single one of you guys here and watching in the future. That's the step. There's nothing beyond that. Like, oof, oof. Once you understand controlling your losses in unfavorable markets is the ticket to money, it's game over. You win. That's the final boss. Well, there's still you to conquer, but you get the idea. Everybody can make $10,000 in like 10 seconds. Everybody here, you could full port at this good time and hit it. But are you going to keep it? Eesh, maybe, maybe not. In just a few minutes here, I would want to see this thing start spooling. It's getting towards that time. Friend, where are you trading BTC? Because as you know, leverage trading is banned in Canada. Oh, well, pull up a chair, son. Let me tell you about the birds and the bees. I'm funded by my funded Forex, and I trade Bitcoin CFDs. I don't trade crypto. I can't stand it. I can't stand exchanges. I can't stand all the scammy crap. And other people can put up with it, but I can't do it anymore. It's it's garbage. Some people can put up with it, but I'm just not. I have no need, so I trade on the Forex market. Don't get me wrong, neck deep in DeFi, so that's cool. I'm down with DeFi. I'm down with long-term delaying gratification and stacking real chips. If I learned anything, it's if you're going to be a day trader, you're not doing it to get rich. You want to get real stupid rich real fast, play a bull run. Stack your chips for 4 years and sell the top. You only need one banger every 4 years, and you could just do really well. While you sit here and just twiddle your thumbs, like this is literally my reality right now. This is like day trading has become sport trading, and the big gains are in long-term holds, bro. And there's so many ins and outs to day trading in psychology and yourself that it's a freaking total psyop, dude. Like it really is. And don't get me wrong, I'll teach you, but you gotta have like military grade self-control. 21507, you saying? Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. See how it just took this freaking wick? Oh, it didn't take it. Yay. Trust me, bro. Did it? Did it take it though? It did. Dang it. But still, we got all those equal highs over here as if it's not gonna pop. Like, come on. I just want this little piece here. I don't know why, but I really like this. The Phantom. How is the idea of a 2 p.m. time stop? Is it silly? No, not totally, but that's when the second liquidity run begins for New York. Your first time stop should be at about 11:30 into lunch, because it could have reversed there. Your second time stop should be like 3 to 4 p.m. just in case it keeps going. Strict $400 max loss per day. Ooh, I like that. I like that. And if you want to get robotically strict, you can go into Trade-O-Vate and set yourself a max loss of $400. So, and it'll shut you out. If I make 10K off one trade, I'm not trading for 2 weeks. We'll see about that. We'll see. I said that too. So did Fit. Uh, but that's a good mindset to have. So you know, friend, I went to fight 1v1 recently. Sweet. His name was my old me. Awesome. Micro BTC chart is interesting. I haven't looked at it. Micro. Do you mean sub 1 minute or are you talking about like micro strategy BTC? Like that's what I got from it. I'm too stupid to know exactly what you're talking about with crypto. What will you do with that at 81,000 trade? That hit 111,000%, by the way, before we terminated it because Mex kicked my mom off. They kicked my mom off, but not me. She's taking the money. uh, I don't, I just, I, you know what I mean? When you guys pay your quote unquote tuition, you're sending it to Mex, so Mex won't kick me off because you know what I mean? Oh, but my mom's taking her money. Freaking Monster Friend is about to get kicked off. He got a warning shot today. They closed one of his trades down on him. 12:30 p.m. offered 120 ticks. Yes. Yes, but I'm looking for something a little more specific. I want to see it up in here, and I want to see if it has the jet fuel to just launch at least into the lower quadrant of this delineation here, the implied fair value gap. It's kind of like a balanced range. Like if it gets into that lower quadrant, it's likely going to get up into the top. If we'll see what happens here. 2 more minutes. Will my 2 days foreign loss provide the trailing thing? Yeah. Just go into Trade-O-Vate website, log in with your credentials that you got from the firm, and then you'll see it in the settings. You may as well just go in there when you do start in the funded setting and go click around and everything. Do a demo in their stuff. You can get a demo account before you actually go into your evaluation. Okay, bro, and go and just get used to your new tools and click all that stuff around. Get used to the how it operates, the do's and don'ts, because you don't want to be learning all that stuff in your eval, bro, for real. Spend time there. That's what I said too. Then it happened and I kept trading. I know, right? So we've just taken buy side pool, 120 ticks or so, and I want to see, does it have the willingness to want to just continue up? So now I'm going to drop time frames. And I just want to make sure that order flow is good to go. So now we're in the lower quadrant here. So this is where I want to move my stop up, and I don't want to see it come back. I just want to see it snap. And if it can do it and not break this candle here, that's my line in the sand right there. Right. Shucks. Tough call. Tough call. So I want to see this fair value gap hold here. and launch beyond the quadrant. So it just tapped the lower quadrant. Now I need to snap. One more snap. Ooh, don't close back out. Three, two, one. Tough call, tough call. Three compression candles. I'll give it one more opportunity. Let's go to close up there. Nice. This is where I start pulling nose hairs. Snap. And that exit there. Yay. And go back to the 15-minute and just study. Study. I want it to go up into my target here. And now we just, well, we can go into the 5-minute too. So now that we've closed above the midway point, we want to see that here on this candlestick. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Now we would anticipate some kind of retracement here. If it's really strong, it's just going to spool. But you would permit it to come back down a little bit. Our next down close candle here. So let's mark out the quadrants of this entire thing. We want it to stay inside. We'll let it wiggle around in here. If it leaves, it's likely going to be over. Likely. It doesn't mean it has to be because of our support level here. That's a nice ride down there, right? 15-minute candle, got to close above here. So our next level of support really is this rejection block here. Match that up with lower time frames. So we'll permit it to come down to here. We closed above the midway point. So even though it's trading down, we would touch the lower, it touched the upper quadrant. I'm not saying it's over. I'm saying it could be. All right. So if you were in a trade, you would pick your line in the sand, move your stop up if you had a runner, and then let her rip. But I made 400 ticks back and reset it. You're funny. Sure. Literally just waiting for the thing. F and A. Word up, bro. Yeah, I mean, once it does the thing, it's good to go. Um, I'll explain in a moment some more of the logic that goes behind me just trusting that it's going to continue. It's really all about risk. It could have continued. It could have walked on me. Sure, it could have came back in my face or taken the low first and then ripped. It could have done anything. But you just want to see that it continues. If it's got a destination and it's not showed a willingness in the 15-minute to close below an up close candle. It hit consequent encroachment of the fair value gap, showed a willingness to trade off of this order block here, even though it dug, that's fine. And then closed above here. And it was just like, okay, let her rip. DP acquired. Nice job, buddy. Thanks for the sauce. I never thought of measuring out the fair value gap in quadrants. Yes. I've been doing fibs. It's all relative. We're using quadrants basically in all of the PD arrays. They really, really work the best with a daily time frame and higher. Like you can do it on anyone, but when you're measuring order flow and you want a good chance, you want a good degree that you're continuing, that's what these guys are for. So we did close above the midway point. The sketchy part is now we need to close above this upper quadrant of this gap and then break back out of here. So we permitted it to come down. That's fine. And now we want to see it trend up higher, right? Lower high, higher high, sorry, higher low, excuse me, higher high, higher low. And then we would imagine that price would want to spool upward for the higher high. I like the quadrants on the fair value gap a lot. Yeah, man. New week opening gaps, fair value gaps. The event horizon's really killer. You guys seen earlier, we'll show you again later, just how the 1 and 5 minute time frame uses the quadrants like support and resistance. The way you were taught support and resistance should work, that's it actually works here in time with time. I do it in Bitcoin too. Speaking of Bitcoin, let's take a peeky poo. Now, spoiler alert, I do have only a point 0.5 lot left on here. So a quarter of the position left, basically. That was my exact entry, and that's well documented. And if you want to see it, there it is. Oh, that was the sniper Mel. Get out of here with that. Well, that was my buy, and it's after a little bit of a dig. It's fine. It's snapped up, money printed, higher low in the set, and then you just aim for liquidity. So the first spot was trust me, bro. Here it was pay the trader. Well, it was here. I took my piece as it was coming down. It could have dumped from here for real. It just happened to be in my favor. I really was looking at another low, and Bitcoin's does this thing where it's a freaking butt nose and it won't dip because it's just a weirdo and it won't dip because it's already done its job here and doesn't want here, just like it did in NASDAQ, right? So Bitcoin's famous for this, not so much NASDAQ, but so that's was the logic for wanting to take a trade in a premium market. And I'll show you how I did that. Okay, I'm taking this entire range here, you guys, because I know that there's not a lot of fills for the market makers to get down here. They're likely going to keep going and attacking all the doomers. So with that in mind, I'm taking this swing low here in the daily and that swing high here. Discount, sell side liquidity. Where are we now? Equilibrium, target acquired. Well, maybe a couple more bucks there, but good enough. Okay, so that's another pay the trader point. I'm using a time stop for the weekly candle close, and I want to record that. While Sam's saying it, I'm going to put it in the mic, and then while I'm recording my screen, close the trade. So that's the logic here. Now look at the daily. Okay, daily discount swing low here. Sell side pool liquidity here. 1, 2, 3. No bullish order block here. This is why I hate order blocks in crypto. Finally, here comes back down for consequent encroachment of that rejection block. Expands higher into our fair value gap. That was another pay the trader. This would be another point. I'm using this low hanging fruit out of the double top to maybe take another piece. I don't know. I'm pretty much took 75% of the position off. So like, I don't even need to pay myself more till it closes. But had I not, I would definitely be using this to pay the trader. Now, this is my not my top call for January. I want to see it beyond this, but this is where I would like to see it by non-farm payroll. And so swing trading, okay, swing low, and typically you take it till price action makes a swing high like this, and that's how you would catch a price swing from discount to premium market. Cross-referencing all this in the weekly time frame, you can see where my discount buy was here, holding and imagining, because remember, when we open here, this candle's red. Boom. Right? Now you have to imagine that this candle's going to turn green and want to expand back up to a premium market. And that's how you do one shot, one kill. Okay, so we're going to be in the bull run. So one shot, one kill is going to be favored all year. And I will guide you guys through that as well. So almost at equilibrium, likely going to go there. Look at it reaching. It's reaching for people. That's not buying pressure. It's reaching for doomers. Big time doomers. So NASDAQ SR flipping in the 1 minute time frame, consequent encroachment of the implied fair value gap, then closing above the upper quadrant. Candle SR flipping there. Now we want to see in 10 seconds, where does this candle close? Is it done its job? Does it start turning around now? Or does it close above aggressively and trade out of the... I'll take it. Eventually you'll understand what the 1 minute is for sure, Captain Edge, and the 5 minute. It's for when price is spooling at specific times to liquidity. That's when the phenomenons, that's the narrative. So when you have narrative, you want to make sure that price action is in agreement and it's telling the story correctly. And you'll get that with order flow. I don't know how you have the nerve to take a turtle soup. Uh, you'll 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 figure it out. It will become really easy to the best buy signals are underneath old lows. The best ones. The ones where you get the fabulous risk reward, the least risk ever possible. There's no lesser risk than a turtle soup because it's the bottom or it's not. And you don't have to question it because it's the bottom within the $50 range or 3 ticks or 20 ticks, whatever in NASDAQ. That's just the way it is, man. So when you understand the logic of liquidity and handshaking, you will you will buy people's stop losses and you will look exactly to others how I look to you now. Just a knight with armor on a horse with a big huge sword. I took that 15-minute fair value gap, like upper quadrant. I was like, come on, order flow. We had crazy dump and then delayed protraction just now. So I don't know how you have the guts to turtle soup. You really are an inspiration. Thanks, man. You'll get it. You'll get it. It's funny when people could say like smart money traps and stuff like that. It's so funny. The algorithm cowtails to smart money. So when you understand the whole buying off of sellers and selling to buyers, it gets easier. Thank you, Fit. You making Ah, you're funny. So I only have 19 people here. It's 18 people here because Anson's doubled up. How discouraging. Thanks, man. I thought I actually had 19 people here, but no. God was just hanging out here, and that's fine. It's better than a sharp projection. Caught the start of the move. Took 250 ticks today. One trade done. No re-engage. Exercising contentment. Lord knows I need more strength with this. It's hard, friend, but I'm doing it. Amen, Casper. You're probably a lot happier too. Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, there's quite a few students, more than uh, not an eye-opening amount of students of mine, but definitely a surprising amount getting payouts. Like, whoa, whoa, that's crazy cool. That's crazy cool. Like when you go because I follow other SMC traders on Twitter and other people who pretend to teach, and I don't ever see anybody saying, "Oh, here's my payout, thank you." Actually, that's not true. Now that I think about it, there's been a couple. There's been a couple, but not a lot. You guys are so happy you just shower me with kindness just because it's like there's nothing like it. You can't fake this stuff. It either is what it is or it's not that way. And clearly there's something weird going on here. The weekly candle looks like a compression. Ooh, I'll take it. We got two of them. And we took sell side. Oh. Remember at the beginning of the week, and I told you how freaking annoying this was to be in between two PD arrays, bearish order block, bullish order block. Where are we going? Well, let it show its hand to you. How awesome was it to long off of that, or even catch any amount of any of that? Like gorgeous, super duper awesome. Boop, sell side and up, and back up above indigo, and back up above consequent encroachment of this fair value gap here. So, I mean, I'm freakishly bullish on this thing. I am freakishly fading my mentor's direction. And you know what? Now that I think about it, holy shnikey, he actually, yeah, he was totally trolling people. He even said once, he's like, "You think I'm gonna short the NASDAQ when a new president's coming in?" And he freaking started laughing. And then everybody was saying, "Oh, ICT is really short on the market." And I'm just like, "Yeah, cool story, bro." And now I remember him saying that and laughing. I had my suspicions he was being silly, sad liquidity. Oh, that's awesome. You have taught them well. Yeah, man. It's so cool too. It's just like a good start to an awesome year so far. The weekly candles looking like compression. You know what comes next? Also, that daily is setting up for gorgeous girl Matilda. I couldn't agree more. Isn't it awesome to use higher time frames for direction bias and know with a high degree of probability where you're going instead of just going, oh, the markets are random. They might go here, they could go there. It could go up or it could go down. Oh, that was the funniest thing getting into the scene and yeah, sure, it could go up or it could go down. It could also go sideways. Nobody talks about that one. It's like, don't talk about the sideways price. After the bull run is over, crypto fog is over, everyone will come fill your class. Even Sam's coming over. This is healthy trading. You're awesome, dude. I have no idea who you are, but you're awesome. You're probably that dude that changes your name every week. It is too. No, wait. It is Caspa Pampin. Busted. Sniped out the gate. Nearly flipped out today. Yeah, poor guy. No, it's physio. Hey, what's up, bro? Healthy trading. Of course. So I'm just checking it out, seeing what's going on. I mean, it's not a sharp projection. I definitely wouldn't like to see on a closing basis the midway point here lost, or we could be done here. I do see vacuum block here and tailless candle. So if it does dip, it's got to jump right back up if we're going to continue. Maybe even the lower quadrant there. He nearly lost 4 of those TPT accounts. Oof. Oof. ICT is funny. Foul, but funny. I love him. I love how funny he is. He's like the epitome of my sense of humor, only like a little more 5D about it. Like his brain operates on another existence. It's pretty trippy. But yeah, he's definitely funny. And the names that he comes up for things. Oh, it's so funny. I got to the credit card being entered on TBD website and got a little spooked. Don't force it, wild berries. I know it gets exciting and you like want to and you get antsy, but you don't even need to, bro. You won't be spooked. Once you know exactly what you're looking for when you're looking for it, buddy, you won't be spooked. You will be excited and you will want the biggest account possible. You might even not want to go funded. You'll be like, I can do this. You'll get into your demo. You'll risk 1%. You'll be up. You'll put in $1,000. You'll learn compound. You'll do this for like 3 to 4 months, maybe out of my bird's nest. You'll, who knows, right? Once you're ready, you'll put $1,000 into a broker, buddy, and you can compound that thing and railroad it all year. And don't even worry about, just keep doing what you're doing, work wise, build up an account all year, prove to yourself that you can really do it, save money. If you don't have a lot of money, it's so then yeah, absolutely go funded. Absolutely. Um, but again, you won't feel any Ambiguity, you'll just run for it because you'll know you'll be like, yes, that's my thing. My demo's up. I'm a good trader. I can be disciplined. And then, yeah, then head for the hills. But knowing they have demo on the site is reassurance for sure. Lots of students here, when they feel plagued with terrible price, or if they've won, or if they're losing, they will go to demo and just go click buttons. That's how you can get over the boredom. Or you guys should all put that in your journals too. Make sure you got it in big, bold, capital, underlined letters. My job is to battle boredom, or something like that. I'm battling boredom today. Wow, that was the longest 15 minutes of my life. It's not even over. There's still 4 minutes left. Uh, like how we all broke up with crypto leverage and started to date Nassie. I used to do that demo till I won my battle. My roll one shot per day, which only means stop until he go. Yeah, man. And like it's not easy for like retired gangsters to be trading because you do as I say. And you got to be told what to do. And people don't like, especially like, you know, they don't like being told what to do. So, rainbow what? Oh, right here. Yeah, and you got a piece in the hallway. You're welcome. It's in the hallway over there. All right. So now check out the last 2 minutes of this 15-minute cycle. See if we can get some little pumpage here. After I spend 2 days studying, Monday feels like a breeze. Yeah. Hey, what's up, Mario? Late again. It's okay though. You just missed the best trade ever. That's all. Work gets in the way. Amen, bro. I'm recording just for you. Just for my working class heroes. I know. I know I longed the snot out of it. Thanks. I'm pretty sure my wife caught the low by one tick again. She's just a savage. Oh, whoa. What is going on? A little bit of manual intervention. Hello, Phil. How are you doing, bud? That right there, you guys, you don't ever see it coming. Okay? You can't you can't forecast it. You don't know when it's coming. It's just gonna come at you. And that's why you can never be too overexposed, especially if you're rocking self funds. Bitcoin not even affected, especially if you're rocking self funds. Um, yeah, just uh, always protect yourself and always be like it's like you're walking down the street and you got PTSD from getting jumped by gangsters, by Anson and his friends, right? And then just forever, every time you go walk down the street, you think Anson's gonna come after you. That's kind of what you got to do. You got to always be protecting yourself. There's an Indian professor somewhere that just told his class to lie. Man, that was funny. I watched that. That was NFP, and it was hilarious. And it just went the exact opposite in their faces. Just so funny. So just noticing where this previous candle closed, didn't close below the up close candle, so it did show some weakness overall, closed below the midway point. So let's just study and see what goes on. This could have been displacement, and this could be our bearish 2022 model, where we just start tanking from here. So we do have equal highs as bait. So at this moment, I see it both ways. So I just need more info. But however, order flow in the 15-minute still bullish. So still overall bullish bias until we start losing PD arrays here. But that was fun. We call that the Anson candle. uh, so this fair value gap here in the 1 minute, you see how that was repriced too, but no sensitivity, likely going to go back up. That has no effect if you're done for the day already. Wink, wink, shake, shake. Nice job, buddy. I'm proud. You're funny. Man, it was like 3 seconds before 2 p.m. unless I'm lagging. As soon as that happened, I looked at the clock and it wasn't 2 yet. See, 1:55, 2 p.m.'s here. Oh, wait, no. 1:59 and 30 seconds. This is 30 seconds before 2. Wild. See, 2 p.m.'s here. Wild. Okay, everyone, enjoy your weekend. See ya in the markets on Monday. Thanks a ton, friend. Hey, Captain Edge. God bless you, little buddy. Enjoy your weekend, man. Peacock around. You're light years beyond where you ever thought you would be, and that means you're gonna double up this year. So be excited, bro. We'll see you next week or in the Leverage Mastery in a few hours. Oh, so now another 15 minutes to wait for this candle to close. Yeah, thanks, bro. You're the best. My 2 p.m. time stop seemed freaking genius. How about you? I don't know. Are we gonna blast off by 3 p.m. into my target? We'll see. Tune in next time. Well, Bitcoin's still reaching. Like it's literally reaching in the trunk. It's gonna get the thing, and all the shorts are going to go to heaven. 31 seconds, bottom left corner. 5 minute. Do we close above that down close candle? Come on, order flow. What? We dropped down to this candle? What? Nah. Photoshop. Guaranteed. I figured you out, man. You got insane CGI skills. Didn't close above. Man, that's super lame. You mean trust me, bro? Holla? That could be a setup, bro. Take it. Full port. Definitely looks like a setup. Looks like another bull flag. Looks like another bull flag. And it's gonna rock everybody's dooming on selling pressure. This is resistance. Trust me, bro. They're like, yo, lend me 50 bucks. I see a max win. There's no way it's going up here. Look at that's where all the sellers came in after all the buyers came in. It's trust me, bro, resistance. It's never coming up here. Ever. Oh, is that it going up there? Oh, no. CGI, Photoshop. Bro Nutty is still alive. Oh, live. Is he long at least? Please tell me he's long. Retail don't see that diamond though. What do you mean? That's a retail pattern. Of course they see it. I want in on the trust me, bro model. Yeah, man. Just look for when it makes resistance and then it keeps bouncing off resistance and then it'll dive one more time, just like it did today. So check this out. That little this is what I mean about being in Bitcoin on the weekends and getting just a retarded amount of examples for you to study. Okay. It dives hard, hits the 786, order block, long. Same thing, right? Tap, 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 wham. So where's the trust me, bro resistance? Right there, right? It can't get back above there, man. Look at that selling pressure. Oh, is that it? Oh, it is it. And then it went where? Right to the trust me, bro. That's trust me, bro. TMB. Isn't that crazy fun? Now you know why you got your butt kicked all the time in crypto. And it's worse there. It's really good at punking you. Like everybody's like, "Oh, I hope they don't upgrade the Nasdaq algorithm." Yeah, they did that already. It's called crypto, and you get it in your pocket. It's pretty sweet if you're a smart money hungry bugger. Run out the diamond now. Yes. Yes, now you're thinking. Nah, retail patterns will work really good in their respective environments. So if just like how Bitcoin launched out of that diamond vibey feel thing, which was really just my money printer. If you're in a discounted market, Caspa, you're gonna find out that your bull flags work really good. Your reversal patterns, cup and handles, head and shoulders, the whole nine works so well. Premium market, bear flags, bro. Double tops getting swept. Sell short signals into those buy stops, and then you just start violently tanking. Yeah, there's times when that stuff is really high probability, and then times when you're expecting it to fail. That's why when Sam counter trades bull flags in a premium market, I start losing my shiz. I'm like howling because it's so funny to see a pattern trader counter trade the most stupid, obvious looking bull flag that we know would walk on everybody. To see him counter trade that is next level cool. Diamonds are good patterns. No, they straight up are. But if you're gonna play, let's say, so like, look, when we've seen these before, only I need a new canvas here. We've seen these before where price will be trending up and then it'll make this diamond. right? And then it will just keep trending up. Like it'll make the most beautiful reversal diamond, right? And then it'll just get walked on. We we've also seen where um price is coming down and you get this beautiful reversal diamond. How would that work out downwards? And then it'll just keep diving. And that was the best sell short signal ever. These diamonds, man, when you're in a 786, they are super turbocharged, bro. Bitcoin was actually just in one of those where it walked on the diamond. And then all of a sudden it was like, actually, I think it was last summer. Bitcoin was in a diamond and it walked on everybody. And now nobody talks about diamonds no more. Bro, Nutty was about to lose a short, and then Phil came back in and he was in friggin' shock. That's hilarious. So he's trying to short the top. He would wow. That is actually really funny if you think about it. Because I'm literally narrating in real time what just happened. I'm bullish. I want to see it up here. Trust me, bro, resistance. Nutty in a short, because everybody's just trying to short the top. They can't possibly go any higher, right? It gives them that degree of confidence for a minute and then wham. It's so funny. Oh, he's got screenshots. Look at you. Look at that big giant zit. That's so funny. Can't front run the diamond for sure. Yeah. Yeah. Also, he was just targeting something very small. I see. He wasn't looking for a big grand slam. Good. Good. Like he does well. He does okay. He gets paid out. He doesn't destroy himself. He just is kind of not a nice person and could use a slap, but he doesn't blow out often. He supposedly had some accident where he accidentally opened it or left a trade open, or I'll give him the benefit of the doubt and say Trade of Aid probably screwed him because that platform sucks. But he said something about leaving a trade open in his copy trade account and he blew a bunch of them. Of course, right? We're happy for him, but it's human nature to make fun of people. So it keeps us in check. 2:14. One more minute. We close this candle. And we've hit that liquidity pool. And we're above a down close candle on the 15-minute. See what a striking resemblance or a difference between yesterday's live and today's, like yesterday's morning stream and today's live stream in the morning and now. Like just way more comfortable, especially with just chilling out with you guys. I don't know what it is. I just really feel cozy around my friends. And just knowing that there's Randys on my YouTube sketches me out or something. I don't know. But yeah, next week should be fun. We got non-farm next week. Monday's good. Tuesday is a hit or miss. So be careful. Wednesday, you should have all your trading done by New York AM session open. So that's 9:30. You you're permitted to play pre-market open, but try and have your trading done by 9:30 a.m. and just study, okay? Because even if you do get nice fluent price action, use it as an experience builder. You want to be compounding experience. You can compound gains when you've got the experience. Bitcoin only a few dollars from target. Oh, it's cool. Holy, I see the sneakiest double top in the 1 hour time frame on Bitcoin. Oh man, this one's at 105, 280. That's my top call for. Oh man, that's tough. That's tough. Do we get a snapshot this weekend? I don't know. We did take liquidity pretty violently. That's on the table for sure. Nice. Look at that spoolage. Bitcoin reaching in the car. Did you hear Sam on the live today? Oh, master friend. Or maybe it was yesterday morning, but it was awesome. Uh, now that I found my model. Just took this previous candle's high here on the 15-minute. Aren't you continuing? Keep going. It's time for it to start spooling. So, yeah, to what degree do we retrace? We've already hit the order block. Get your butt going. Sure butt. 5 seconds. Three, two, one. Oof. Violence, please. Immediately. Harder. Flashbang. Where's the boom? Messiah for a New York master. Thank you. Well, I was expecting a boom. She coming, bro. Chill. Time's running out. But there's a megabot yet. Oh, don't come back. Do the thing where you just punch them. Today is gonna be one of those masterclass days where you're gonna want to save the link to this session in in a folder on your computer or your device, maybe to a cloud, because today was pretty in depth and thorough. And there was nice contrast between yesterday and today. Don't want to lose that candle. Get yours going. Ah, 5 seconds. Get up there. Well, that's super lame. So we got 7 minutes till this 15-minute cycle closes. We're in a, compression here on the 1 minute. And this is where I just like, okay, we got 7 minutes left. Take a walk. And that won't be a quick one. I meant will be. So you look at it being trashy in our 2 p.m. run. How dare you? Just keep going. There's Timmy's football. The last minute of this candle, we want to see some violence. See that bear flag in the 15-second? Watch what happens. See this little gap right here? It's where everybody has their stops. Boop. Now those shorts just got rocked. They're chasing along now. Wham. Grabs them. Anticipate it continuing on. I do see the double bottom there. It could run for that.
Hmm?
It's just working in this level right now. We want to see it start spooling here in about a minute, or at least gyrating, just like that. 10 seconds. And we'll see it snap up here. And this is the 30-minute candle changeover. And this is why you can see some volatility at about 233. I see this being a thing when the algorithm's in a run. 233 seems to be a really good a point in time where price likes to wiggle around like this. So I'm looking at that 1 minute swing high, and does it want to take that, or does it trade down first and run for these equal lows and perhaps this? Oh, that's got a tiny little tail, I think. No. It generate trust me bro resistance by trading down here first, or is it already done? When it gets to this point here, this is where you don't want to see violence. If you're like looking for a long, it's tough to say, okay, well, do I take the order flow or do I wait for the dip? Me personally, I like the dip. 3, 2, 1. That top right, bang, double top. So if it trades down here, it'll generate bearish sentiment. People will likely want to short the double top like Nutty today. And the good thing about what Nutty did was he paid himself quickly, and then he got out, because you can find a little scalp short there. Of course you can, if it's in your favor. However, if you're emotionally charged and you don't wait for a bearish engulfing candle, boom, wrecked. Oh, you're going to chase long? Well, here, just let me trade down for a bit first and come and grab your long position and then maybe continue on up. We got an immediate price rebalance here on the 1 minute all the way up. So this is all balanced. If it's going to come down for this double bottom today, it's likely going to be very violent in its delivery if it wants to retrace. It is Friday. It could, because it's the wild card with the TGIF happening yesterday, it can just keep grinding higher all day. It doesn't have to retrace at all. And one more little push up. If we trade down here, I wouldn't want it to go down too much before hitting that target. That acts as trust me, bro resistance when it does that. There's people's stops are buried throughout there and they're sweating right now. Boop, target acquired, and that's terminus. So just a recap. Yesterday, taking higher time frame pool liquidity, order flow showing strength to the upside, getting back above consequent encroachment of the new week opening gap, getting the higher low in New York session. Asia, nothing. London, nothing. New York, friggin' solid. Okay, so we didn't get that nice drawdown here. It was already the previous day. So it showed its hand to us here. I had this for you guys to study. Seen sensitivity off of it. This is a signature. Order flow to the upside and targets acquired. I want to see your guys' order flow charts. The last time I asked, only 2 people sent them in. You might think you know what you're doing, but I need to know what you're doing so that I can help you refine what you're doing incorrectly and maybe give you some more tips on how to enhance what you're doing already correctly. Appreciate you guys too. God bless you all. Thank you all for joining, and we'll see you in a couple hours on Leverage Masters. Peace out, you guys. Have a great weekend if I don't see you later. And yeah, God bless you.